A man who dares to waste 1 hour of time has not discovered the value of life. Ignorance more frequently begets confidence than does knowledge. Animals, whom we have made our slaves, we do not like to consider our equal. Man tends to increase at a greater rate than his means of subsistence. We stopped looking for monsters under our bed when we realized that they were inside us. The love for all living creatures is the most noble attribute of man. The highest possible stage in moral culture is when we recognize that we ought to control our thoughts. A moral being is one who is capable of reflecting on his past actions and their motives, of approving of some and disapproving of others. If the misery of our poor be caused not by the laws of nature, but by our institutions, great is our sin. A scientific man ought to have no wishes, no affections, a mere heart of stone. I am not apt to follow blindly the lead of other men. To kill an error is as good a service as, and sometimes even better than, the establishing of a new truth or fact. The mystery of the beginning of all things is insoluble by us, and I, for one, must be content to remain an agnostic. Intelligence is based on how efficient a species became at doing the things they need to survive. Blushing is the most peculiar and most human of all expressions. It's not the strongest species that survives, nor the most intelligent that survives. It's the one that's the most adaptable to change. I love fool's experiments. I'm always making them. This preservation of favorable variations and the rejection of injurious variations I call the natural selection, or the survival of the fittest. One general law leading to the advancement of all organic beings, namely, multiply, vary, let the strongest live, and weakest die. The survival of preservation of certain favored words in the struggle for existence is natural selection. It's those who know little, and not those who know much, who positively assert that this or that problem will never be solved by science. Great is the power of steady misrepresentation. I have tried lately to read Shakespeare, and I found it so intolerably dull.